News, Philadelphia's leading news program.
Good morning at 6 a.m. on this Sunday morning, December 14th. I'm Tamala Edwards, and we are in an AccuWeather alert. It may not be winter yet, but it certainly does feel like it out there. The air is frigid, conditions are messy. Crews have been out bright and early across the tri-state working to clear roads and smooth things out for your morning drive. We have live team coverage. Action News reporter Catherine Scott is standing by with how things are shaping up in New Jersey. But first, let's check in with meteorologist Karen Rogers, who is in for Peyton Domschke. Good morning, Karen.
Get snowcat on a Sunday morning. What else could we want? Good morning, everybody. Winter weather alerts went into effect late yesterday and continue until 1 o'clock this afternoon. Well, it's an advisory for most of the area. You can see through the heart of our region late yesterday was upgraded to a warning because of the conditions out there. Right now with Storm Tracker 6 Live and our multi-sweep scan, you can see we've got snow everywhere. What started off as rain in a lot of spots contributed to problems on the roads. You can't really salt it when it's raining, and any salt you did get could wash away. So you got to really watch right now. With our exclusive radar site in Lancaster, we can already see the back edge. In Lancaster, you're almost dry right now. You can see the snow pulling out of here. So it's taken its time, but it is pulling out of here. Right now, we're still at 34 degrees. It's been snowing in the city. A lot of that was melting down on the surfaces at first, and very quickly those surfaces will freeze because temperatures are dropping, not really rising today. But it's below freezing in Allentown, 32 right now in Millville, where you have that steady snow. So looking at what you can expect through the hours, it's still snowing at 8 o'clock this morning, 32, but already wrapping up in the Lehigh Valley. You'll get some sunshine at lunchtime, and that snow will just be exiting the coastline then, but the gusty winds are really picking up. Hasn't happened yet, but those winds are going to gust. 4 o'clock feeling like the low teens and 26 at 8 o'clock. Got to watch for those icy surfaces through the day and at night. 22 degrees at 8 o'clock tonight. Tam, I've got some new snow totals. They're just coming in now to the National Weather Service. I'm going to show you that and see how much we got coming up in a few minutes.
All right, it does look like a snow globe out there. It'll be interesting to see the totals. Old Man Winter arrived early with the season's first measurable snow. The roads are slick, the temperatures are freezing, and your morning drive will feel every bit of it. Snow began to fall more steadily overnight, dusting cars, sidewalks, and neighborhood streets across the region. Crews were out early this morning in Ardmore plowing the streets and the parking lots, and we spoke with businesses who spent Saturday helping residents get ready for today's cleanup.
We already started bringing out our salt, shovel, ice melts, just anything that can help, like scrapers for the cars and just little heaters, anything that can help get everybody through this cold time that we about to have.
Turning to Sky 6, taking a live look there. Somewhere around the sports complex. This is the other issue. Do you see how it's hard to see anything? Visibility is really an issue. Citizens Bank Park is in the forefront, and the link is out there too. The Eagles will be taking on the Raiders at 1 p.m. and surely some tailgaters right now are having to adjust their plans. If you are heading out the door this morning, AAA is offering this advice. Number one, take it slow. Make sure you're increasing your following distance by 5 or 6 seconds. That's probably a couple of car lengths. The increased margin of safety means you will have longer distance if it turns out you're going to need to stop. Use the ball of your foot to apply firm, steady pressure on the brake pedal, and don't stop if you can avoid it. But don't be speeding, go slow, so if you have to stop, it is not a shock to you in the car and you don't go skidding. Action News reporter Catherine Scott is joining us live in Pensacola, New Jersey with a look at conditions there. It is a weekend appearance of snowcat. Good morning.
Good morning. Yeah, it's snowing in Pensacola, everybody. It's snowing across our area. People went to bed last night. Maybe they saw a few flurries. I know there were some in different neighborhoods. Then they woke up this morning and there's a blanket. Here, let me give you a look at what we're looking at right now. We're along Route 38, and you can see the plows have been out. The road is drivable. However, there is still coverage here. We've really seen a range this morning depending on where exactly you are. The plows have been doing their work. The main roads will be a little bit more drivable. However, those side streets, those neighborhood streets, they definitely have more coverage. But I got to tell you, I mean, we've been driving around this morning in New Jersey, in Pennsylvania, in Philly. There's a plow going by right now. the roads really aren't great across the board. And Tam, you mentioned it. The visibility is really poor in some spots. It's still dark out. The snow is coming down. So it's really hard to see in certain spots. So definitely if you can sleep in a little bit this morning or delay your trip this morning, that is what you want to do while the plows continue to make the rounds across the area today. You definitely also need to leave time to clean off your car because you are going to have a couple inches on it when you go outside this morning. We're live in Pennsauken. Catherine Scott, Channel 6 Action News.
All right, Catherine, thank you. You can keep track of the snowy conditions by downloading that 6ABC app. When you're there, you'll find the latest snow total maps and any alerts from our team of meteorologists. Well, it is gorgeous outside as we take a look at Independence Hall on the Keystone Cam. If you're an early morning person and you step outside, you kind of feel like you have it to yourself before all the walkers and the dogs create snort. But if you're driving, it is a whole different world out there. It is very slick, Karen Rogers.
It really is, and you forget, at least I do. I drive in the middle of the night all the time, but if you get how dark the roads are, when nobody else is there, no headlights to help you out, it was hard to see heading out with that snow steadily coming down. So be careful for sure as you're heading out this morning. You know, oftentimes when you have the temperatures that aren't bad and you have some of the snow melting, it's not so bad on the roads. But the trouble is it was hard for any salt to take effect because those temperatures were mild to start. So let's look at what we have so far. And the snow is going on still in Nazareth, 5.3 inches. East Danville, we had 6 inches there in Chester County. In Cheltenham, Montgomery County, 1.8. Levittown, 3 inches. In Macungie, 4.1. In East Bradford Township, 5.3. These numbers will be updated as the morning progresses. What has to happen is people wake up and check some of the storm spotters for the National Weather Service. They have to check the conditions and report them in. In Toms River in New Jersey, 3 inches. In Rancocas, Burlington County, 2.7. Blackwood, Camden County, 2. Pennsville, 1.5. And Cinnaminson, about an inch of snow thus far, but still snowing steadily there. We're already seeing the back edge of it with our exclusive radar site in Lancaster. We're almost wrapping things up far to the west. So this is the edge of it there, but it is slowly pulling out. So let's look at what you can expect. Over the past few hours, you have seen the snow kind of back out. It was in Harrisburg. We're dry there, snowing through the entire region, even though it started off as some rain. Looking at 8 o'clock this morning, will already be dry north and west of the city, but still in the process of that snow winding down in our immediate northwest suburbs here at 8 o'clock. By 9, 10 o'clock, it's wrapping up in the city itself, but still snowing along the coastline until it gets pushed offshore by maybe midday hours. Look at the temperatures right now. We're still at 34 degrees in Philadelphia, even though that snow is coming down, and it's even sticking because it's been coming down so steadily. I think those numbers would appear higher as you're heading out, if not for the first bits that have been melted. 30 degrees now in Allentown, 34 in the city, 32 right at the freezing mark in Millville, New Jersey, where it's still snowing. So for the next several hours, those temperatures hovering just below that freezing mark. You see how they dip. We wrap up the snow in the city by maybe 9, 10 o'clock. At lunchtime, you've got some sunshine, but it's cold. Look how those temperatures are in the mid to upper 20s at the end of the day. So anything you have out there that's wet is going to be frozen. For the game itself at 1 o'clock, wind chills in the teens. You're dry, but that temperature is 29. The fourth quarter, it's 27 with wind chills near about 12 degrees. Bundle up. The next issue is the dropping temperatures and the refreeze. Up at the upper 20s this afternoon, just the teens tonight. Clear the cars and sidewalks as early as you can and try to salt them. You will see some sunshine today, but those dropping temperatures are going to be difficult for the first night of Hanukkah. It is a cold one today. And then tomorrow, very cold and cloudy, 29 with a snow shower north of the city. Tuesday, you have still chilly conditions and 34, sunshine and some high clouds. Lots of clouds on Wednesday, breezy and 42. Rather cloudy on Thursday, 46 degrees. Friday, sunny with a gusty wind and 46. Saturday, clouds and some sunshine with temperatures holding in the mid 40s. We do finally moderate with the temperatures, but Tam, when you wake up tomorrow morning, not only slick spots if anything wasn't treated, but the wind chills are in the single digits tomorrow. Are you working early tomorrow? Are you glad you're not waking up in the middle of the night tomorrow? Yeah.
I love you and I miss you, but I won't miss that.
Much.
Well. Welcome back. We're taking a live look here at Penn's Landing. Seems fitting, doesn't it, as you look out across an ice rink, that you can still see snow out there blowing around. That will clear up shortly, but right now this is an issue for visibility as well as slick roads. Let's go on over to Karen Rogers.
Yeah, you see that snow coming down. A little hard to see in that shot, Tam. We've got poor visibility. We're going to talk about snowfall totals coming up, but I do want to show you right now the wind chills. At 7 o'clock this morning, it's 26 degrees is what it feels like. At 11 o'clock, it feels like 20. At 3 o'clock, feels like 15. It is cold. And overnight, anything that's still left untreated, even during the day, is going to freeze up considerably. Tomorrow morning's bus stop, wind chills are only in the single digits. Despite sunshine, it is cold. Temperatures in the teens, wind chills in the single digits. At drop-off time, it's 29. Still snowing right now, Tam, but the snow is in the process of wrapping up now in the Lehigh Valley. In the city, it wraps up around 9, 10 o'clock this morning. I'm going to take you hour by hour coming up in just a few minutes.
Now at 6:30, the snow ramped up last night across the region. Karen Rogers is here, and she's breaking down the timing and the impact for drivers this morning as crews work to clear those roads. But of course, first up, we've got to talk about the snow. Sky 6 taking a live look here downtown at City Hall at the Holiday Tree, which, I mean, just start shaking it like a snow globe. That is absolutely gorgeous. The lights on the tree, and you can see the snow, a little bit of snow coming down. Let's go on over to Karen Rogers, who has more on what it means, though, if you're trying to get out and about this morning.
We haven't had an official number yet from Philadelphia International. Still snowing out there right now, but let's look at some of the numbers we do have so far that have been trickling in and see how much snow we got. It overperformed in a lot of regions like East Nantmeal, 7.5 inches of snow. In Chester County, you really got hit hard by this. In Levittown, Bucks County, 3 inches. In North Katasquaqua, in Northampton, it's 4.4. Cheltenham, Montgomery County, 1.8. Toms River, 3 inches. Blackwood, Camden County, around 2 inches of snow, and it's still coming down. I do want to show you the visibility, which in some spots like Philadelphia, only 3/4 of a mile. So it's hard to see. 2 miles in Allentown, 1 mile in Wilmington. If you can stay off the roads, do that. I always drive in the middle of the night in bad conditions, but I had to take it really slowly and carefully today, and you need to be mindful of that. Even though the actual air temperature is at 34 degrees, that was actually part of the problem, that at first it all came down and melted, and even in some spots in the city kind of melting on the roads, but that just means that the salt isn't really effective and that the driving conditions could be kind of tough. 30 degrees right now in Allentown, 34 in the city, 32 in Millville, where it's still snowing. So let's show you Storm Tracker. Snow through the entire region, but I'm starting to see it drying out in Lancaster with our exclusive radar site there. In Reading and Allentown, you're already at the back edge. So it's going to be pushing through in the coming hours. And as we take a wider look, you can kind of see that system in motion. Snow everywhere now, but slowly pulling through. So let's take it hour by hour. At 8 o'clock, we still have snow coming down, but it's dry in the Lehigh Valley. At noon, you're dry in the city, and it's snow exiting the coastline. A gusty wind, though, in 31. At 4 o'clock, Tam, that temperature is 26, but it feels like the low teens. Make sure you bundle up and clear off the car, clear off the sidewalk. You're going to need to prepare for that freeze.
You know I come in here looking like a Yeti. You don't have to tell me twice.
Yeah, no, I know.
All right. Well, as I do my best. As snowfall starts to lighten across the region, crews are now shifting into cleanup mode. Mobile 6 captured shots of snow still covering roadways in Hatboro, Montgomery County around 5 this morning. The plows have started making their way around, clearing roads and laying down more salt. Action News reporter Cheyenne Corinne has safety tips that drivers need to hear before they head out this morning.
No fair to your neighbors if you don't salt, right? So we went down to our basement and salted it out, and we were like, oh my God, so we ran down here.
From last minute errands to full-on storm prep, getting ready before the flakes fall. Fairmount's hardware store was bustling with customers, grabbing all of the winter weather essentials.
It's about to get crazy. Yes, we already started bringing out our salt, shovel, ice melts, just anything that can help, like scrapers for the cars and just little heaters, anything that can help get everybody through this cold time that we about to have.
AAA says the key is preparation if you need to drive in snowy conditions, especially in the beginning of the season.
Now is the time for drivers to pack a vehicle emergency kit and leave it in your car all winter long.
Make sure that you pack some rock salt or kitty litter. Always make sure that you have a collapsible snow shovel. In addition, You want to make sure that you have the ice scraper and snow brush.
AAA is anticipating increased calls for roadside assistance. But to help things go smoothly, PennDOT has 100,000 tons of salt around our region. And to clear the snow for people headed to the Eagles game, more than 400 plow trucks are ready to go.
Is there anything else to do when you're inside? Just watch the Eagles and just look at the snow out the window.
Meanwhile, this family's plans are to stay off the roads.
It's just really sweet when it snows because all the kids, like the Fairmount kids, are all out, especially because it's a weekend.
And Gus may even join in on the fun.
If it's safe for him to be off leash at Lemon Hill, then he will do that because he loves the snow.
Cheyenne Karen, Channel 6, Action News.
As always, you can keep track of the weather in your area by downloading the 6ABC app. When you're on it, you'll find the latest snow total maps and any alerts from our team of meteorologists. You can also keep an eye on the hour-by-hour forecast and get the latest on the Arctic blast. That really makes it sound terrible, doesn't it? That will arrive after the snow. Let's take a live picture at this hour at those flags out on the parkway. They're out there, really they are, but they're probably soaking wet from the snow, which you see is still coming down at a decent clip out there in the middle of Center City. But eventually this will start to move out and things will clear up. Let's go on over to Karen Rogers. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning. We are seeing that snow coming down, Tam. Let's look at these numbers through the area. New Jersey snowfall so far. In Toms River, 3 inches. Rancocas, 2.7. Blackwood, 2 inches of snow, and it's still coming down. Pennsville, 1.5 inches. Cinnaminson, 1 inch. And Medford, New Jersey, about 1 inch of snow. In Pennsylvania and Nazareth, 5.3. East Nantwell, you really got hit in Chester County. It overperformed. We've got 7.5 inches of snow in East Nantwell Township. Cheltenham, 1.8. Levittown, 3. Harleysville, 6. And East Bradford Township, 5.3. We're going to see more and more numbers come in as the National Weather Service produces them. I'll be showing them to you, updating them constantly around the clock. All that snow, even though the temperature in the city is 34 degrees. We're seeing a lot of melting on some of the surfaces and the highways, but that only means that the salt didn't get to do its job out there. And so it is a little difficult to drive, and you really want to use a lot of caution. Roads aren't in great shape. We're just 2 degrees below freezing in Allentown and sitting almost at that freezing mark in Reading, 29 in Quakertown, at the freezing mark in New Jersey and Millville and Tabernacle Willard. It's still snowing. With our exclusive radar site in Lancaster, you can see how the back edge of that snow is already near Lancaster, Reading, and Allentown. Still snowing there lightly right now, but it is pulling out, snowing steadily everywhere else through the area. First snow of the season, and we're really getting it. So by 9:30 in the morning, you're already clear far north and west. It looks like at some point between 9 and 10:30, it starts to wrap up in the city. So it's taking just a little bit longer to clear, and then along the coastline by maybe about midday. And then those temperatures are falling. The winds are cranking. Let's look at it region by region in the Lehigh Valley. By 8 o'clock, the snow should be already wrapped in the Lehigh Valley and just ending. Maybe you have a flurry or two left, but that steady snow is just ending at that point. 29 degrees. The rest of the day are dry. At lunchtime, 27. At 4 o'clock, it's only 23. You've got some sunshine, but what you also have, falling temperatures through the day. That means anything out there is going to freeze up. You really need to treat it while the sun is out, and you can kind of clear things out because it's going to freeze through the day and into tonight. Along I-95, it's still snowing at 8 o'clock, but should be wrapped up at some point between 10 or so. And at lunchtime, you should be dry in the city with some sunshine and 31. At 4 o'clock, it's only 26 degrees as temperatures fall through the day. Now at the shore, you keep that snow a little longer. Still some flurries at lunchtime. I think it wraps up right around then, 33 degrees. The winds are really picking up through the day. Let's take a look at what happens for the Eagles game. You got to bundle up. We've been warning you about this. At kickoff time, it's about 29, but wind chill only in the teens. By the fourth quarter, wind chill is about 12 degrees. So you really need to bundle up. Your exclusive AccuWeather 7-day forecast, the alert for today. Watch for those harsh winds, cold conditions, and these dropping temperatures. 31 for the first night of Hanukkah. It is cold. In fact, tomorrow morning you wake up, temperatures in the single digits. The high is only 29 with a snow shower at night north of the city, or afternoon or evening north of the city. Tuesday, you have still chilly conditions, 34 with sunshine and high clouds. Wednesday, lots of clouds, some peaks of sun and 42. 46 on Thursday, still pretty cool. It's no longer looking like 50 degrees. I think it holds under that now. On Friday, sunny, but a gusty wind with temperatures holding in the mid 40s, which is right around average for this time of year, Tam, but nothing average about today and tomorrow. It is cold. We've got the snow, and it's tough for folks driving around. Did you make it in okay?
I did, but you know, you had to go slow.
You had to go very slowly.
Don't be in a hurry today.
With that snow coming
Absolutely.
down.
When I was like coming across the bridge from Lincoln Drive and you looked and you see the Schuylkill, you couldn't see headlights. You couldn't see cars, and that really set off, this is not a day to race around.
Exactly.
All right. Welcome back. Let's take a live look into Doylestown, Pennsylvania. Beautiful hamlet there with lots of stores and shops, great places to have brunch and meet up with people. And you can see it is a wintry scene out there this morning. But it does look as though the snow has gotten a little bit lighter, even as it's turned all of the trees and the roads into something out of a Christmas painting. Mobile 6 was also out in Hatboro, traversing along York Road. An inch or two was caked to the roads. So this is a reminder, give yourself a little bit of extra time so you don't need to speed. You have time to go low and slow and get to wherever you need to go.
Action News, Philadelphia's leading news program, now continues.
Good morning. It's 7 a.m. on this Sunday, December 14th. I'm Tamala Edwards, and we are following an AccuWeather alert. It may not technically be winter yet, but boy, does it feel like it. The air is frigid. The conditions are messy. Crews are out bright and early across the tri-state right now, working to clear roads and smooth the snarls for early drivers. We have live team coverage for you. Action News reporter Catherine Scott is standing by with how things are shaping up. There she is in New Jersey. But first up, we're going to check in with meteorologist Karen Rogers, who is in for Peyton Domschke this morning. Good morning.
It's not right to look that cute when you're in the snow out there. And I like the pom-pom hat, Catherine. That's what you need to do. Load it up head to toe. I've been just taking a look around just to show you what it looks like. And I think this shot kind of says it all. It's hard to see. You've got snow coming down. This is 422 near Oaks. And yeah, you can see people moving okay because they had some plows coming through. But it doesn't mean it's easy to be driving in. If you can stay off the roads, even down the shore, look how snow covered it is. It's coming down steadily here down the shore. Hard to see the beach as the snow is coming down steadily here at the shore, where the temperature is currently sitting at about 34 degrees at the shore. And yet you've got it sticking to some of the surfaces. It was originally melting, but just that it's coming down so much. So how much have we gotten so far? We've really overperformed in some spots like Chester County and East Nantmeal, 7.5 inches of snow. Levittown, 3 inches. North Catasauqua, 4.4. Cheltenham, Montgomery County, 1.8. Toms River, about 3 inches and 2 inches in Blackwood, New Jersey, and Camden County. Some of those numbers will rise as the National Weather Service updates these numbers that we're getting. But visibility is down about 3/4 of a mile in the city. It's definitely hard to see with that steady snow coming down. Even though it's not terribly heavy at the moment, it's hard to see. That temperature's 34 in the city, but it's below freezing now in Reading and Allentown, and just at the freezing mark in Millville and Tabernacle, where it's still snowing. With our exclusive radar site in Lancaster, we're seeing another band that's coming around in Lancaster, Reading. It looked like it had been ending. It's looked like another band moved in, but you're in the process. You can kind of see where it's a little lighter there than it is everywhere else. So that back edge isn't that far off, but it's taken its time coming through. So at 8 o'clock, you've got some snow coming down, but likely we'll be seeing it starting to wrap up in the Lehigh Valley then. At lunchtime, gusty winds, 31 degrees. Looks like that snow will be wrapped in the city then with some sunshine coming back. But Tam, look at how temperatures drop. It's 26 at 4 o'clock. So things are freezing up. You got to be careful out there. And it feels like the low teens at 4, which is better than it'll feel tomorrow morning.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I'm full of good news. I'll talk about that more in the 7-day coming up.
If you want to see me, talk to me early, because by 4 o'clock I'm not leaving the house if that's where we're going. Old Man Winter arrived early with the season's first measurable snow. The roads are slick, the temperatures are freezing, and your morning drive is feeling every bit of it. Snow began to fall more steadily overnight, dusting cars, sidewalks, and neighborhood streets across the region. Crews were out early this morning in Ardmore, plowing the streets and parking lots. We spoke with businesses who spent Saturday helping residents get ready for today's cleanup.
We already started bringing out our salt, shovel, ice melts, just anything that can help, like scrapers for the cars and just little heaters, anything that can help get everybody through this cold time that we about to have.
Turning to Sky 6, looking live there at the sports complex. If you're someone who likes to get out there early and set up to tailgate, a little rough today. It's hard to see the link now because the visibility is so low. This is a new video of crews plowing the lots before opening them up to fans. The Eagles, of course, will take on the Raiders at 1 p.m. and surely some tailgaters have just had to adjust. But you know Eagles fans, they will get it done. If you're heading out the door this morning, AAA offers some advice. Make sure you plan to leave early and take it slow. Increase your following distance to 5 to 6 seconds, maybe a couple of car lengths if you can. This increased margin of safety will provide the longer distance you'll need if you have to stop quickly and you end up skidding a little bit. Use the ball of your foot to apply firm, steady pressure on the brake pedal and don't stop if you can avoid it. Action News reporter Catherine Scott is joining us live in Pennsauken, New Jersey, with a look at conditions there. We know it'll lighten up at some point, but looking at you right now, some point is not right now.
No, the snow is still coming down. You know, people went to bed last night and maybe they got a few flurries, nothing too much. They woke up this morning, there was a blanket of snow. Exactly how bad the roads are depend on exactly where you are. I'll say none of them are great this morning that we've seen. Let me show you what we're looking at right now. We're at Route 38 in Pennsauken. You can see the plows have been coming through, and they've been coming through quite regularly. They're still not clear. There are quite a few cars out on the roads this morning. So if you do have to go out, certainly keep your speeds down, keep your distance from other cars. But I want to show you video from South Jersey early this morning. This is around Cinnaminson. Again, the plows have been making the rounds, but the snow was coming down pretty quickly overnight. The main roads are looking a little bit better. Those neighborhood streets, those side streets, they haven't quite gotten the love from the plows yet. That will come, but really it's just coming down now. The visibility is also poor. It's starting to get a little bit lighter, so that will help that situation. But it's been taking people, we've been hearing from drivers, people a long time to get to where they're going to want to go. So you really want to have a late start if you're able to. You don't want to get on the roads right now. Let the plows do their job and also leave extra time. You're going to see your car and you're going to see the snow on it at least. So you definitely need time to clean off your car this morning. And you know what? It's Sunday. So maybe if you don't have to go anywhere, you can get out and play in the snow. I actually just got a text from my husband. He said my 7-year-old was like, it's a winter wonderland. So it might be a really fun day and a cozy day to be inside if you can. We're live in Pennsauken this morning. Catherine Scott, Channel 6 Action News.
If Dad's going to make pancakes and hot cocoa and build a fire and put on a movie, hey, who wouldn't like that, right?
Sounds good, right?
Yeah, if only we could be there, right, Catherine? Keep track of the snowy conditions by downloading the 6ABC app. There you will find the latest snow total maps and any alerts from our team of meteorologists. All right, time now for another check of your forecast. Sky 6 taking a live look here down the shore in Atlantic City, where you can see the boards are covered with snow. And so you can see it out over on the beaches, but it looks as though we're getting some rain starting to mix in with the snowflakes out there.
I think what you're seeing too with that, Tam, look at this shot we've got there.
And that is what people are waking up to in Chester County this morning. Action News viewer Patricia Young sent us this video of heavy snow blanketing her deck in Spring City. And we love seeing your snow photos and videos, so send them in to 6abc.com/share. And Karen, you were talking about what we're starting to see.
Yeah, that's right. The snow is still coming down out there, Tam, but temperatures in a lot of spots are slightly, like the shore, slightly above freezing. So what you're seeing is some of the melting as it's coming down, but it's been snowing so much, it's still accumulating, and a lot. And I love the photos. Send them to me on my Facebook page too. I'll be sharing them. So make sure if you're waking up, take a picture, even from your cozy window, take a picture and send it to me. Here's what you can expect in Pennsylvania so far. Nazareth 5.3, East Nantmill 7.5. That's been the bullseye so far. Cheltenham 1.8, Levittown 3 inches, Harleysville 6, East Bradford 5.3. In some areas really overperforming. And Toms River, we had 3 inches. Rancocas 2.7. Blackwood, Camden County 2 inches. Pennsville 1.5. Cinnaminson 1. Medford 1. I think these numbers are going to rise as people wake up. They take their measurements. They send them to the National Weather Service, those trained spotters, and we get to report them to you. So that's a process that takes a little bit. Storm Tracker 6 showing that we still have a light band through Lancaster, through Reading. Not quite done, but you can see the back edge of it right there, where it's steadier in the darker shades of blue, where it's really coming down steady. steadily and hard to see here. As we look at Future Tracker, you can see over the past few hours how that back line is inched towards us. It looks like it may take till 9, 10, 10:30 to wrap up in the city itself, but we'll already be dry then north and west. And then you see it push off the coast around midday. So taking a little longer to exit here. The colder air is drained in north and west. We're now below freezing. It's 30 in Allentown and Reading, just 29 in Quakertown, but we're still a little bit above freezing in the city. That melting didn't help us, made the roads so wet, made the salt not really effective, so the brine didn't really help as much. 32 degrees in Millville, 32 in Tabernacle. You really have to be careful traveling. And there you can see along the shore where it's 33, 34 degrees. So you have some melting, but it's been snowing so much it still looks snowy in a lot of those cold surfaces. So as you look at the next 12 hours, snow coming down over the next few hours, temperatures dropping to around freezing. Then at 2 o'clock it's 29 degrees. You see some sunshine, a whipping wind, but it gets colder and colder. At 6 o'clock it's 24. So you really need to make sure you clear off your cars, treat your sidewalks and driveways so that you're not sliding all over the place, especially late today into tonight. Today at the Link, bundle up, bundle up, bundle up. If you hear nothing, bundle up. At 1 o'clock it's 29. I'm used to talking kids. I say it 5 times. Fourth quarter it's 27. Wind chill near about 12 at the fourth quarter. So really cold, even though you're dry with some sunshine. The next big issue is that refreeze, the dropping temperatures and the refreeze. Upper 20s this afternoon, and then the teens tonight. Clear the cars and the sidewalks early. Single-digit temperatures tomorrow morning. It's going to be cold at that bus stop. Cold, bitter winds, 31 degrees for your high. Tomorrow, very cold with a late-day snow shower north of the city, 29. Tuesday, partly sunny but cold and 34. Wednesday, lots of clouds and breezy, 42. Not as harsh on Thursday, also not the 50s. It looks like we'll stay just below that in 46. On Friday, some sunshine but a gusty wind. Temperatures holding in the mid towards the upper 40s, which is kind of typical for this time of year. But we are in the cold today and tomorrow, Tam.
Yes, we
Eskimo
are.
Tam coming up with all the bundles that you need. Make sure you're well bundled.
Heated everything. Thank you, Karen. But for now, we're going to go over to Karen Rogers. She has a quick check of our very icy, snowy forecast.
As we look at that shot there, and you can see in Penn's Landing, the USS New Jersey, the clouds are there and the snow is covering everything. This is a great shot to tell you to stay off the roads. We're looking at 422 where the snow is coming down, and sure, you can see people moving on the highway itself, but it is really hard to see out there, so be careful. Before you go outside and build a snowman, let's check the wind chills because it's cold. It feels like around 26 degrees. Oh, how's it going to feel at 11? So much worse, around 20. And then what do you know, by 3 o'clock, even worse, feeling like 15. The wind chills, you see it, guys, it's going down. So even though conditions will be improving over the coming hours, we're going to be dry at lunchtime and at 3 o'clock. The wind chill is going to be even more of an issue as the wind picks up, even with some sunshine today. And tomorrow, I really want to point this out. Morning bus stop will be pretty bright. 19-degree temperature. The wind chill is going to be about 8. Yeah, that hurts when I said it. It hurts when you heard it, Tam. Even in the afternoon, mostly cloudy, wind chill about 20. So we got to stay really well bundled, Tam.
Okay, keep that in mind. Guy 6 talking about our overnight snow. Let's take you outside and get a look there at Philadelphia International. It is definitely a good day to go on the computer and check or call ahead if you had intended to grab a flight or pick somebody up today. There are over 18 delays and 4 cancellations right now. And the picture tells the story, Karen. It's hard. You can't see the airport in the background, and those planes also look pretty well dusted with snow.
You know, it's kind of nice it happens on a Sunday if you don't have to go out on the roads. I know a lot of people might be thinking, I want to shop. This is a good day to just stay at home, bake some cookies, let the kids play, watch a movie, make it a family day maybe if you can. I mean, we had to get up and get out and go to work, and I know a lot of you have things to do as well. But if you could stay off the roads, this is a live look at the Ben Franklin Bridge, and we can see the snow is coming down. Of course, the bridges tend to ice up a little bit more. I'm seeing people move okay. I know in the middle of the night, I had a lot of problems seeing skiing with the visibility being down, and so be careful. Here's a snow-covered Jersey Shore. Even though the air temperature there slightly above freezing, we're still seeing that snow accumulate because it's been coming down for so long. So we're looking at a snow-covered Jersey Shore shot where that temperature is currently 34, the ocean temperature 42. Winds haven't picked up yet, but they will. So let's talk about how much snow so far. We have some new numbers. I'm going to be updating this coming up in a few minutes, but already 7.5 inches in Chester County, East Nantmeal, Levittown 3, North Catasauqua 4.4, Cheltenham 1.8, Toms River 3, Blackwood, New Jersey 2 inches, and that was of several hours ago. The snow is coming down and the visibility is getting a lot better in Lancaster and Reading. Remember, if you were watching when I showed you, like, yeah, it kind of looks like it's a lot lighter there now. We're kind of at the back edge in the Lehigh Valley, and you see that by the visibility. Even Pottstown, you're on the border here, 3-mile visibility, so it's pretty light, but it's coming down. But 3/4 of a mile in Philadelphia, 1.25 in Millville, where it's really snowing steadily and a little hard to see, even though the air temperature is 34. So in a lot of the street surfaces, it may be melting, but the trouble is that just makes the salt and the brine not really work as well. 30 in Allentown, 32 in Millville right now. So those temperatures still a little above freezing, yet that snow is coming down. We're at the back edge in Lancaster, Reading, and Allentown. It's wrapping up now. Tam, it'll take along I-95 in the city, maybe between 9, 10, 10:30, that snow wraps up and then pushes off the coast at lunchtime. We'll show you hour by hour in just a minute.
Picture right outside of our studios right now. You can see it is absolutely gorgeous, especially if you're somewhere warm, Karen Rogers, looking out the window with something hot to drink, maybe a Christmas cookie. But it is absolutely gorgeous, at least to look at.
You had me at Christmas cookie.
Yeah.
That's a beautiful Christmas card if you don't have to drive around, and we suggest you don't. What if you're walking around in this? Get those snow boots, guys, if you're playing in this before the temperatures crash. Maybe head out the kids nice and early. Let's look at these numbers. So far, I've got some new numbers just coming in right now. I keep updating these around the clock. Nazareth, 6 inches of snow. In East Nantmeal, 7.5. You really got slammed. In Chester County, overperforming in a lot of these areas. In Fleetwood, 5 inches. Levittown, 3. King of Prussia, 4.6. New Hanover Township, 6.6 inches of snow. Early in the season to see this much. In Toms River, 4 inches. A new number coming in there. New numbers in Rancocas, 3.4. In Blackwood, Camden County, 2. Pennsville, Salem County, 3.5. Cinnaminson and Medford so far reporting an inch, but I think we'll see those being updated a little bit as well. Let's look at these numbers right now. We've only dropped a degree in the past couple of hours. In the city, you're barely above freezing, 33, but the numbers are going down. It's cooler north and west where you're below freezing. Malvern and Allentown, 29 and 30, sitting at the freezing mark through much of South Jersey where it's snowing. At the shore, you're just above freezing right now. And Storm Tracker 6, with our exclusive radar site in Lancaster, we can see that back edge now in Lancaster, in Reading and Allentown. You have some flurries working its way through, but you see the light white compared to the darker blue where we're getting it steadily along I-95 in South Jersey, even snowing along the shore. I mean, you're getting some melting because the surface temperature is about 33. So it's sort of melting on some of the surfaces, but enough that it's been accumulating because it's been snowing so steadily. So it's building in. So we're already clearing north and west right now, and that will happen rapidly. By 9:30, 10 o'clock, we'll be starting to see the end of that snow near the city itself. And then it takes till about the midday hour to get cleared along the coastline. So let's take it region by region. In the Lehigh Valley, mostly just cloudy skies with a flurry or two, not really accumulating anymore, 29. At lunchtime, it's 27. See how those temperatures go down? The sun comes out, but the temperatures go down and things are going to be freezing up. At 4 o'clock, it's 23 degrees with wind chills, so much lower. I'll show you those in a minute. Along I-95, it's still snowing at 8, 32, but by lunchtime, you're dry with some breaks of sun, and 31. You're only in the mid-20s at 4 o'clock this afternoon, with mostly cloudy skies along the Jersey Shore. Snowing at 8, snowing at lunchtime, but it's wrapping up. Just some flurries and a little wet flurries at 33. At 4 o'clock, you're down to 28 degrees. Got to treat the surfaces, got to clear everything off. If you're heading to the Eagles game, lots and lots of layers. At 1 o'clock kickoff, wind chills in the teens. The temperature is 29 with some sunshine. In the fourth quarter, 27. Wind chill about 12. Tomorrow morning when you wake up, send the kids out to the bus stop, wind chill in the single digits. Here's your exclusive AccuWeather 7-day. Cold with bitter winds, 31 degrees, but temperatures are falling through the day. So for Hanukkah tonight, bundle up. Tomorrow, very cold with a snow shower late day, 29 for your high. Tuesday, partly sunny, cold and 34, 42 on Wednesday, lots of clouds and breezy. Thursday, some rain at night and 46. Friday, turning sunny and 46 degrees. Looks like temperatures drop on Saturday. Clouds and some sunshine, about 40 for your high. I do think they bounce back up to around average shortly after that, Tam. So at least we're not in the freezer like we are today and tomorrow. Really got a bundle, but it's fun to see the snow, isn't it?
It's absolutely
the kids,
beautiful.
The dogs, they're excited.
Tomorrow when it's dirty, we'll feel different. But right now, it's really kind of
nice.
We like
clean snow.
But now let's try and get one last look at your AccuWeather.
Be careful as you're heading out. Let's show you what it looks like as you're stepping outside. This is the Ben Franklin Bridge where you can see people traveling okay, but you need to give yourself some extra time. Here's some new numbers. Doylestown, 7.3. The snow really overperformed in spots like King of Prussia, 4.6, and Bath, 5.5, Fleetwood, 5 inches, Toms River, 4, Blackwood, 2 inches. Haven't quite gotten reports yet from Philadelphia, but snow is coming down. It'll be wrapping up in the city over the next couple hours.
All right, thank you, Karen. Good Morning America Weekend is next on 6 ABC. We'll see you back here at 9 a.m. Now, for all of us, we hope you have a safe, quiet, enjoyable morning. Stay here with us all morning long and enjoy the snow.
Action News, Philadelphia's leading news program.
Good morning. It is 9 a.m. on this Sunday, December 14th. I'm Tamala Edwardson. As you know, if you've looked out the window, we're under an AccuWeather alert this morning as snow blankets the region. The plows are at work, people are breaking out the shovels, and some diehard Eagles fans are getting ready for a chilly game in the snow. We have live team coverage for you this morning. Action News reporter Catherine Scott is live in Pensacola, New Jersey. Hey, Catherine, where the roads are covered in a few inches of the white stuff. But we're going to start with meteorologist Karen Rogers, who is in for Peyton Domsky with the details from AccuWeather. Peyton had been running a fun thing in the newsroom, like who was going to guess the day we got accumulation. Whoever picked December 14th gets the prize.
They got it. That's right. And we really got slammed with some of the snow that really overperformed in some areas. So you got to be careful as you're driving around, and you got to clear this stuff out because temperatures are in the process of dropping right now. So we're under that AccuWeather alert. Even though the snow is wrapping up, it looks like a pretty scene if you don't have to go out in it here in the Keystone camera looking live here in Old City. Let's look at this shot here because it's the bridges and overpasses you really have to watch, as the air temperature had been above freezing most of the night and just recently dropped to the freezing mark. This is I-95 at Broad Street, a snowy scene even down the shore, and temperatures there had been above freezing for much of it, but was coming down so much it was still accumulating down the shore. You can see the white sand is now just white snow. That temperature is 34 degrees, and yet you've got a couple of inches of snow on the ground there. How much do we get so far? These numbers are constantly coming in, and I'm constantly updating them, so just keep watching, and I'll keep putting it on TikTok and Instagram. Doylestown, 7.3 inches. King of Prussia, 4.6. Fox Chase, 4.9. And West Callan Township, 7.5 inches of snow. Really got hit in Chester County. Even in Trenton, 6.8. In Hockessin, 6 inches. Officially at Philadelphia International, 1.3. And as you look at the visibility, you can kind of see where it's still snowing pretty good. We're done with it in the Lehigh Valley. You have 10-mile visibility. I mean, it was rough driving in overnight, but better now. 9-mile visibility in Pottstown, so winding down there. In the city, though, still 3/4 of a mile visibility. As that snow line kind of hugging I-95, it's difficult to see as you're driving in the snow, so be careful. So right now on Storm Tracker 6 with our exclusive radar site in Lancaster, you see how we're dry in the Lehigh Valley, but cutting through your northwest suburbs, it's coming down, though, a lot less. We saw how those visibilities have improved in this area, but still tough to see in Philadelphia, in South Jersey, when you're driving and that snow is coming down steadily. The temperatures are dropping. We're now below freezing. We're in the 20s in the Lehigh Valley, at the freezing mark in the city and much of South Jersey, and barely above it right along the coastline. So a quick look at your forecast. We have that snow this morning, but at lunchtime, it's dry. Even at the shore, you'll be wrapping up at lunchtime. At 4 o'clock, that temp, Tam, is only 26. And it feels like the low teens. You gotta bundle up. You gotta clear off everything because of the refreeze coming.
It's a day to make chili or stew or gumbo, something.
And send me your pictures. I'm going to show you lots of pictures. Viewers have been great taking pictures. They love their dogs in the snow. That's
yes, they do. That sounds good. Well, snow is still falling right now in parts of our region. Here's a look at the conditions earlier this morning in Abington from Action News viewer Al Carmardella Jr. Drivers here were taking it slow on those slippery roads. And road crews across our area are in cleanup mode. People are also breaking out the shovels and making their way out and about. Some of those streets are really still slick. Action News reporter Catherine Scott is live in Pensacola, New Jersey, with a look at the conditions there. Good morning, Catherine. It looks like the snow has let up a little bit.
It's still falling, but it's certainly a little bit lighter than it was earlier when it was really coming down. And here's where we certainly have seen improvement. If you take a look at Route 38 right now here in Pensacola, you can actually see Route 38. Before, it was more snow covered, but the plows have been coming by. The traffic is coming through. It could still be slippery. It could still be slushy, but we certainly have seen an improvement. I want to get to video from earlier this morning. The snow keeps coming down this morning here in South Jersey. People went to bed last night with no snow or maybe some flurries, and they woke up to a blanket of white outside. Leave extra time to clear off your cars and shovel your walks. Well, a lot of us were sleeping. The plows were hard at work making the rounds. Visibility was especially poor early this morning with the snow and the darkness. It was hard to even see the lines when you were driving on the roads. That situation has improved a bit with the sunrise and more time for the plows. Conditions, though, are slippery still, so take it slow.
It's heavy, wet stuff, so it's just a nuisance, you know. Still a little slippery, you gotta watch it, drive slow. You'll be all right.
I'm actually pretty excited. No, yeah, we actually are really excited. We haven't seen snow in December for we don't know how long, honestly.
Well, I'm not sure everybody shares their enthusiasm, especially as it gets later and the temperatures start to plunge. But it is a Sunday. If you don't have to go out, stay home. Go sledding. Have some hot coffee. If you do have to go out, keep in mind the main roads like 38, as you can see, they look pretty good. The side streets, those neighborhood streets, they haven't had all those rounds from the plow yet. It could take a little bit more time to get through, and it's still certainly treacherous in some places. We are live in Pensacola this morning. Catherine Scott, Channel 6 Action News. Tam.
All right. Thank you, Catherine. Sky 6 is looking live at the Sports Complex in South Philadelphia. It'll be a chilly day out there for anyone who's looking to attend today's Eagles game. Plows were out early this morning, clearing lots at the link. Some eager fans were lining up out there in the snow even before 6 a.m. Kickoff is at 1 this afternoon. When they intend to tailgate, they mean it. We'll have more on how the team is getting ready for the matchup later in sports. Now Sky 6 is giving us a live look at Philadelphia International. You can see it looks pretty quiet out there because the winter travel is complicating travel plans. FlightAware is now reporting 118 delays and 5 cancellations out of PHL. You can see the snow covering the runways there to keep those flights moving. So keep track of the snowy conditions by downloading that 6ABC app. When you're there, you'll find the latest snow total maps and any alerts from our team of meteorologists. An AccuWeather alert remains in effect this morning after that heavy snowfall overnight. The action cam was near Del Castle Park in Wilmington this morning, where those big flakes were still falling fast. The winter conditions didn't stop this person, though, from still getting out there, getting that workout in. Now let's go to Sky 6, looking live over Penn's Landing. Gorgeous out there in these early morning hours. Meteorologist Karen Rogers is here with the latest. And you said, boy, did we get walloped.
We really did. We got hit hard with the snow. It overperformed in a lot of areas. And may I suggest to that runner that was out there, hat and gloves, because it's cold out there. Let's look at the numbers so far as they are coming in. I'm constantly updating these. In Bethlehem, we had 6.1 inches of snow. West Sadsbury Township, almost 8 inches, 7.2. We did hit 8 in East Nottingham Township, 8.2. Levittown, 5 inches. King of Prussia, 4.6. New Hanover Township, 6.6. The official number at Philadelphia International so far is 1.3, but Toms River, New Jersey, 4 inches, and Rancocas, 3.4, Haddon Township, 5.7, new numbers coming in Camden County, Pennsville, Salem County, 3.5, Trenton, 6.8, and Hocassin, Delaware, a good 6 inches of snow. Significant amount of snow for much of the region. It's the first snow, and in a lot of areas, it's a heavy, wet snow because those temperatures were slow to drop. It's already dry now, and the Lehigh Valley. So you're done. You see that now with your exclusive radar site in Lancaster. You're done in Lancaster, done in Reading, done in Allentown, and in western Chester County, you've already shut things off there. Even your immediate northwest suburbs, it's some flurries, but it's a lot lighter. In the city, still coming down pretty good, but especially through South Jersey and Delaware. You have that snowfall, even though those temperatures have been a little bit above freezing there. We are dropping everywhere else below freezing. By 10, 11 o'clock, we can see some snowfall just near the coast before it then pushes off the coast. So we're dry the rest of the afternoon. But it is cold, and those numbers have been dropping, not rising. So behind this Arctic front, you have Arctic air. It's just in the 20s and north and west of the city, 32 in the city, now below freezing in Millville and Tabernacle. So you're able to accumulate there a little bit more while it's still snowing the next hour. Along the shoreline, you're just a little bit above the freezing mark, but it's been coming down so steadily, it's still accumulating. Over the next 12 hours, you see how those numbers drop from the low 30s, where we are now, to dry conditions, some peaks of sun, but just the 20s. At 6 o'clock, it's 23. But the wind chill makes it feel a lot colder than that. You can look at the Eagles game, 29 degrees at that 1 o'clock kickoff. But the wind chills in the teens. Wind chills tonight at the fourth quarter, near about 12 degrees. 27 in the fourth quarter. So we're dry through the afternoon. Maybe another snow shower comes through in the Poconos. The rest of the region is dry with some peaks of sun, but it is cold. You've got to clear everything off because the next issue is those dropping temperatures and the refreeze that causes. So we're in the upper 20s this afternoon. The teens tonight, you got to clear the cars and the sidewalks. So you're going to have major problems throughout tonight. Your exclusive AccuWeather forecast. It's cold today. Temperatures are dropping from our early high. We'll be in the 20s this afternoon. Cold for Hanukkah tonight, and the winds will start picking up. Tomorrow, really cold. It's going to feel like the single digits in the morning. 29 for the afternoon with a snow shower in the afternoon or evening north of the city. Tuesday, partly sunny and cold, 34. Wednesday, lots of clouds and breezy, 42. Thursday, some rain at night, but it is just rain. Even overnight, we stay mild, 46. Friday, turning sunny but windy and 46. And on Saturday, clouds and some sunshine and 40 degrees. So you look at that 7-day forecast. Temperatures do climb out of the freezer, but Tammy got a lot to dig out today, and you really do have to get out there because it's only getting worse with those temperatures dropping. It's going to get really slick.
All right. Get stuff done in the morning.
Stay
in this afternoon. Yeah. All right. Thank you, Karen.
Well, hello, everybody, and happy snow day to you. It's a happy day if you can stay home. The kids are probably excited to go out and play, but you got to really bundle them up. It's still coming down through much of the region. Already dry in the Lehigh Valley. Your far northwest suburbs, they're dry now, too. In the city itself, we have some light snow, but still pretty steady. Kind of a heavy, wet snow through South Jersey. Look at the wind chills. That's the other big part of the story. It's cold and getting colder. 13 is what it feels like in Allentown, 24 in the city, 22 in Millville. Got to bundle up the kids as they're heading out to maybe build that snowman, because 1 o'clock it feels like 17. Tam, at 3 o'clock feels like it's around 14 degrees. Headed to the Eagles game? Just bundle, bundle, bundle. Did you catch that? Bundle up.
Now at 9:30, an AccuWeather alert is in effect as we track that snowy set of conditions across our area. Let's go to Karen Rogers. She's in for Peyton Domschke, and she has been watching all of the various metrics for you. Good morning.
And I've been posting all the new numbers I get on TikTok and Instagram, so make sure you check them out as well. Let's show you some of the latest. They're kind of constantly coming in, so trying to update everything as we get it. But in Doylestown, 7.3 inches of snow. I mean, we really did get slammed with snow, even more than expected in some of the area. King of Prussia 4.6, Fox Chase 4.9, West Callan Township 7.5, really got hit in Chester County. Trenton 6.8 in Mercer County, Hocus in Delaware 6 inches of snow. And it is still snowing through much of the region. Let's just show you what it looks like. It's a snowy scene on 422. I've been watching the roads, and so far we're seeing on the main roads, people are moving along okay. I think for the most part, it was tough coming in for me in the middle of the night. But temperatures actually overnight were above freezing. They are dropping now. So that is a concern as the temperatures are dropping below freezing. You can kind of see where the steadiest snow is by just glancing at visibility. You're kind of fine now, north and west. Right near I-95 in the city, you're at 3/4 of a mile visibility, but not too bad in Trenton and Wilmington, and a little worse through South Jersey, where it's still coming down pretty light but steadily. And there you see that snow. So you're done with the snow already in the Lehigh Valley. You're done almost all in Chester County and Upper Montgo and Bucks. in for the city itself. We have some light snow, but you can see the darker shades of purple still coming down pretty good in Millville, in Burlington County, and Ocean County there, even though temperatures along the shore are a little bit above freezing still. So the temps have been dropping. They were above freezing overnight, even when that snow was coming down. Now it's in the 20s in the Lehigh Valley, 32 in the city, a little below freezing now in Tabernacle and Millville and Dover, where it's still snowing. So you know it's going to accumulate a little better there now over the next hour till it wraps up. So let's look at what you can expect. The snow is ending at 11 o'clock, 31 degrees, likely dry then in the city, but still snowing near the coast. And then by 12, 1 o'clock, we're dry everywhere, even along the shore. 3 o'clock, you're dry, maybe some peaks of sun. Look at that temperature, though. It's down to 28. Wind chills in the low teens. 7 o'clock, you have to watch for those icy surfaces through the day, but especially at night without that sun. 22 at 7 o'clock. Tam, in the overnight, wind chills are in the single digits. So it gets really rough for tomorrow morning. I'm going to spell it all out, show you more of those totals. Kind of fun to see what your friends got coming up in a little bit, and show you some pictures too.
Have a plan to walk the dog and get to the school bus, you name it. Well, now let's get outside to Action News reporter Catherine Scott. She had a look at the snowy conditions in Pennsauken, New Jersey.
Exactly how bad the roads are depends on where specifically you are, but certainly keep your speeds down if you have to get out on the roads while the plows continue to clear.
All we know, we're going to go slow. That's all. We're just going to go slow.
But first, they had to clear their car of the snow that accumulated overnight in Pennsauken. People went to bed last night with no snow or maybe some flurries, and they woke up to a blanket of white outside.
I think it's beautiful. It's amazing. We haven't had like a white Christmas in a minute, so I'm very grateful that it started snowing sooner.
Here's a look at the roads in Cinnaminson early this morning as the flakes continued to fall. While a lot of us were sleeping, the plows were hard at work making the rounds.
It's heavy, wet stuff, so it's just a nuisance, you know. Still a little slippery, you gotta watch it, drive slow. You'll be all right.
So far, it's not too bad. We're taking our time. It's slow, so it's all right.
Visibility was especially poor before the sun came up with the snow and the darkness. It was hard to see the lines on the roads. Still, much of the scenery was beautiful, and for some, evoked feelings of a cozy winter day.
I'm actually pretty excited.
No, yeah, we actually are really excited. We haven't seen snow in December for we don't know how long, honestly.
Well, certainly not everybody shares their enthusiasm, especially as it gets later and the temperatures plunge. In Pennsauken, Catherine Scott, Channel 6 Action News.
Well, people across the tri-state area are waking up to inches of snowfall outside their doorstep this morning. Action News viewer Brittany Levicki shared this video from Wilmington, Delaware. Her dogs had a ball doing a little zoomies out there in the white stuff this morning. Kids will be bundling up today as well to enjoy the first snowfall of this season. Let's break out all the stuff to go sledding. And the snow made for a festive scene in Downingtown, Chester County. Dawn Brevard sent us this video of her holiday lights glimmering as the flakes fell. You can share your photos and videos with us by heading to 6abc.com/share. And if you're heading out the door this morning, AAA is offering some advice. Take it slow. Increase your following distance to 5 to 6 seconds, a couple of car lengths maybe. This increased margin of safety will provide the longer distance needed if you have to stop suddenly. Use the ball of your foot to apply firm, steady pressure on the brake pedal. But don't stop if you can avoid it. Just a slow, easy glide. And as always, you can keep track of the weather in your area by downloading the 6ABC app. When you're there, you'll find the latest snow total maps and any alerts from our team of meteorologists. You can also keep an eye on the hour-by-hour forecast to get the latest on the Arctic blasts that will arrive after the snow. Time now, though, for another check on AccuWeather with Karen Rogers.
Yes,
good morning.
I have a cute puppy alert, too, to go with the AccuWeather alert. Look, Tam, this is Rocky, Coco, and JoJo. I think it was JoJo's first snow. So very excited about this. They're playing there in Gloucester County, where you can see they've got a thick blanket of snow here in Gloucester County. Haven't had a lot of reports coming in yet from Gloucester County, but we're constantly updating them. So when they get to the National Weather Service, they then come to you. And I've been updating them not just on air, but online as well on all social media platforms. So you can tune in at any point to see them. But here's some of the numbers we have so far. In Bethlehem, 6.1 inches. 6.1 really overperformed in a lot of areas. West Salisbury, 7.8. Chester County was slammed. East Nottingham, 8.5. Levittown, Bucks County, 5. King of Prussia, 5.2. New Hanover Township, 6.6 inches of snow. How about in New Jersey and Delaware? Toms River, new number 5.7. East Nantmeal 8.5. Well, that's not New Jersey, but you can tell I was busy trying to update them and threw that in there. Haddon Township 5.7. Pennsville 3.5. Mount Laurel 5.8. That's a new one in Burlington County. Hocus in there, 6 inches of snow. All right, let's look at these numbers now. 16 degrees is the temperature in the Poconos, 27 in Allentown. Still at that freezing mark. Even when that snow was coming down all night, we were at about 34 all night in the city. So a lot of it was kind of melting on the highways for the most part, but coming down on top of that. 31 in Tabernacle, dip below freezing here in Millville, and just above freezing along the shore, even though you still have that snow there. So it's shut off not just in the Lehigh Valley, but in Chester County now. Most of Montgomery and Buckshire dry. In the city, still coming down pretty lightly, but solidly snowing here in Millville and in Dover, Trenton, New Jersey, and along the shore. So that snow is continuing, but it very quickly pushes out of here. So we're wrapping up with this in the city within the next hour, and then through South Jersey offshore by about 11, 12 o'clock in the afternoon. So at 11 o'clock in the Lehigh Valley, you have some sunshine mixing with the clouds, but it is cold, 28. Temperatures keep dropping. It's 24 in the Lehigh Valley at 3 o'clock. At 7 o'clock, the temperature in the Lehigh Valley is only in the teens. You have to clear off everything. It's dry now, so get outside in the Lehigh Valley and clear it off right now. You might have some issues with blowing snow as the wind starts to pick up. Along I-95, by 11 o'clock, we have cloudy skies, some leftover flurries, but that's it. It's pretty much done, so you could start clearing it off, because if you wait till 3, it's already 28 degrees. So those temperatures drop, and it's harder and harder to clear it. At 7 o'clock, you're at 22. So you really have to clear things off quickly. Along the Jersey Shore, it's still snowing at 11, but starting to wrap up, and you see those winds pick up and those temperatures dropping to the low 20s, and at 7 o'clock, that's along the shore. So for the game, you really got to bundle up. 1 o'clock kickoff, it's 29, but wind chills only in the teens. Fourth quarter, 27. You're dry during the game, even some sunshine, but wind chills near about 12 at the fourth quarter. Your exclusive AccuWeather 7-day cold, bitter winds, 31 for Hanukkah tonight. Bundle up as you're celebrating if you're heading out. Tomorrow, wind chills in the single digits in the morning. It is a tough morning commute, and you got to watch any slick spots. Obviously, everything's going to be frozen if you didn't treat it. Very cold. Snow shower possible north of the city in the afternoon. Tuesday, partly sunny and cold, 34. It's at least a little brighter. Wednesday, lots of clouds, breezy, 42. 46 on Thursday, tracking some rain at night. It ends pretty early Friday, and then it turns sunny and 46. Saturday, clouds and some sunshine and 40 degrees. So we're really in the freezer today. I know the kids are having fun, but man, those temperatures are dropping. Head them out right now to build the wet snowman, because temperatures are dropping and it becomes kind of icy.
I think it's a good Game Boy Madden kind of day.
Let them play.
It's that day.
All the TV time you want.
Yes.
It's all free today.
As long as they snuggle.
Nice. That sounds good. That would be the price to pay.
Live from the Action News Studios in Philadelphia, this is Philadelphia's leading news program.
Good morning. It's 10 a.m. on a Sunday, December 14th. I'm Tamala Edwards. We are under an AccuWeather alert this morning as snow continues to blanket our region. The plows are at work. People are breaking out the shovels, and some diehard Eagles fans, they said, look, it's just snow. Serious, but we're still getting out there to get ready for this chilly game today. We have live team coverage for you this morning. Action News reporter Elizabeth Worthington is talking to fans there at the link. Hopefully somebody gave her a hot cup of coffee or hot chocolate or something. But before we get to you, Elizabeth, we're going to check in with my friend Karen Rogers, who's in for Peyton Domsky with details from AccuWeather. You've been keeping people updated here and on social, TikTok and Instagram. Lots of totals, lots going on.
And because the snow really overperformed in some areas, Tam, we got almost 8 inches of snow. Woo. Especially parts of Chester County really got hit by this. So trying to inform everybody all this and trying to get out the point that you need to clear everything off because these numbers are dropping. A couple people that don't mind this. One of them is Oliver, looking live at our Keystone camera. That looks pretty. This is Oliver. Look how cute he looks. And Marlton, thanks for sharing that, guys. I've enjoyed all the pictures. Such a little fur ball. I like the snowy scene from Saratoga. here because you can kind of see how we've got that heavy snow on the trees. My husband's going to love this, but I'm going to ask him to clear off our big tree that we like so much because the temperatures were a little bit above freezing as the snow was coming down. So it is a heavy, wet snow that overnight, and now you're going to have it all frozen solid. And that's really going to, I think, pull down some of those trees and branches that you may love so much. Let's look at how much totals we have so far. These are numbers that come into the National Weather Service, then I report them to you. So I'm kind of constantly updating them. So watch throughout the day and I'll be updating them more. But in Doylestown, 7.3 inches. King of Prussia, 4.6. I think we might have a higher number than that coming in. And Fox Chase, 4.9. West Callan Township, 7.5. Trenton, 6.8. Hockessin, 6 inches. These are the official numbers from the National Weather Service. So if you're saying, Fox Chase, maybe we got more than 5, we'll see when they update them and I'll let you know. But those are the official numbers coming in just to show you what it looks like. Some of the roads, even a snowy road like 422, we're still seeing people move along okay. You just have to definitely use some caution because these numbers are going down and not up. As far as the visibility, it was bad this morning, and you can kind of tell just looking at this that this is the spot in New Jersey where it's still snowing pretty good and not so much north and west. And as you can see, the storm tracker kind of mirrors that. We've got some light snow now kind of exiting the city. It's more in South Jersey, but even starting to break up right now. So let's show you those temperatures. They're coming down. You're only in the mid-20s in Quakertown, but at the freezing mark in the city, below it in Tabernacle and Millville, where it's still snowing a little bit above freezing along the shore. But wind chills single digits now in Allentown, where the wind is starting to pick up. 23 in the city, 19 in Wilmington. So we're drying out, but it is cold. At 11 o'clock, the snow is ending. It's just a little bit along the coastline. At 3 o'clock, Tam, lots of clouds, feeling like the teens, even though that temperature drops to 28. So bundle up and clear everything out.
Good advice. Well, the snow does, as Karen's been pointing out, it does continue to fall in parts of the region. Here's a look at conditions earlier this morning in Abington from Action News viewer Al Carmardella Jr. Drivers were taking it slow, trying to be careful on those slippery roads. But all the snow is still no match for our Eagles. The team takes on the Raiders this afternoon at the Link, and fans have spent hours braving the cold. They still are getting their tailgate in ahead of the matchup. Action News reporter Elizabeth Worthington is live at the sports complex in South Philadelphia. There's excitement. That's keeping everybody warm. Also, whatever's in some of those cups and some of what they're cooking. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Tam. So it's pretty wild. I've never seen the lots this quiet. The snow has definitely weakened the typical tailgate crowd a bit, but don't get me wrong. This is still Eagles fans we're talking about, and it is still Sunday. It's game day, so people are still going strong, the people who are here, and people are still engaging in their typical antics. I think it was only 9:30 when we had somebody take their shirt off for us in front of the cameras, and we got this crew. Of course, we had to find the people who got here the earliest. Frank was here from South Jersey at 4:30 this morning.
4:30 this morning. Got in line. It was a little hairy coming. We had to drive slow, but we got first in line and we got the best spot in the parking lot.
Yeah, you got some prime real estate here, and you guys got a good situation. Just kind of tell me what you got going on back there. You got the grill going?
We got the grill going. We got a heater. We got all kinds of food. We got the spirits over there, so we're doing good.
So when you saw the forecast, was there any doubt in your mind that you would be out here?
No doubt. No.
I hear a lot of people
never missed a game.
No,
never missed a game. Yep.
So you said that it kind of was slow going on the way here. Was the tailgate lot plowed when you got here?
Actually, they delayed the opening for an hour because they wanted to plow the lot. So yeah, when we got in here, it was plowed.
But like I said, it's still pretty quiet here.
It's surprising. I even brought my own shovel to make sure they cleared the lot. So in case they didn't, I was going to use my shovel to clear the rest of it.
Yeah. Well, people who are at home, maybe tell them to get down here.
Yeah, get down here. Look, go Birds. We got to get here. We need a win. It's three losses in a row. We need a win, big time.
All we want for Christmas is a victory.
Yes.
What's your message maybe for Kevin Patullo?
Make some real play calls. I mean, just run the ball a little bit more and give it to Saquon. We got a lot of stuff on offense. What am I trying to say here? We just got a lot of people on offense that we need to use, and he doesn't use them. A lot of weapons.
Yeah. All right, let's lead it in Eagle chant. Ready?
Ready.
E-A-G-L-E-S, Eagles!
All right, go Birds! All right, and like he said, the roads weren't too bad. We took 76 to get here, and we didn't really have any problems. So if you're sitting at home and kind of delaying your start, get down here. The lots are plowed. The weather's fine. It's really not that cold. It's still coming down a little bit, the snow, but it's a good game day. Game time is at 1 o'clock. We're live in South Philadelphia. Elizabeth Worthington, Channel 6, Action News. Tam?
I love it. They have some concerns, but they keep the faith, and there's always the Eagles chant works for everything. Thank you. Sky 6 is giving us a live look at Philadelphia International Airport this morning, where winter weather is complicating travel plans. Flight Aware, this keeps getting worse and worse. We're now up to 195 delays, 17 cancellations out of PHL. Please do not head down there until you have checked and double checked what's going on with your flight or your pickup. You can see snow is still covering the runways as crews are still out there working to keep flights moving. Keep track of the snowy conditions by downloading the 6ABC app. When you're there, you'll find the latest snow total maps and any alerts from our team of meteorologists. An AccuWeather alert does remain in effect this morning after heavy snowfall overnight. The action cam was near Del Castle Park in Wilmington this morning, where big flakes were still falling fast. The winter conditions didn't stop this person. However, they're serious about getting in that workout. All right, let's get back to our AccuWeather alert. Sky 6 taking a live look here, the slopes at Spring Mountain. And you can see some folks have taken advantage of that fresh snowfall, Karen, to get on out there and have a little bit of fun.
And quite a bit of snow they got there, and cold enough they could keep making more, Tam. So the ski resorts are doing great. Let's look at some of the latest numbers. I just updated these over the last couple of minutes here. In Bethlehem, 6.1, Marshallton and Chester County, 7 inches, East Nottingham, 8.5, Lahaska, 5.2, King of Prussia, 5.2, and Salford Township, 7.5 inches of snow. A significant amount of snow. Officially at Philadelphia International so far, it's been 1.3, but that number is always a little low. In Toms River, New Jersey, 5.7, Hamilton, new number coming in, 4 inches, 5.7 in Haddon Township. In Camden County, Pennsauken, more of the same, 5.7, Mount Laurel, 5.8, and Hockessin, Delaware, about 6 inches of snow. You've got a lot of cleaning off to do as you're heading out. Let's look at Storm Tracker. We're winding things down right now in the city, so it's all dry in the northwest suburbs. It's mostly dry in the Lehigh Valley as well. Maybe that stray flurry, and that's it. And we can see that snow shutting off in the city itself. Even in South Jersey, it's pretty light right now. I think it's a little heavier and dense along the coastline, where those temperatures are just a hair above freezing. We see that winding up even at 11 o'clock this morning. Looks like just the coastline is dealing with the last flurry or two before it heads out. But temperatures continue to drop through the day, even though we may see some peaks of sun mixed with the clouds. So temperatures right now at the freezing mark in the city, but below it north and west, it's now only 24 in Quakertown, 27 in Reading, 30 in Tabernacle, 31 in Millville. These temperatures have been dropping over the last several hours. So as we watch for the afternoon, we're at about 31 at 11. By 3 o'clock, it's around 28. Normally you'd be in the upper 40s, not today. At 7 o'clock, it's just 22 degrees. So it gets colder, 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 even as skies clear. And those wind chill are going to be a big issue for you today. You definitely want to clear things off now if you can, the moment it's stopped. And right now in the city, a good time to clear it out, and north and west wait a little bit longer if you're in New Jersey till about 11 o'clock or so. Today at the Link at 1 o'clock, it's 29 degrees, but the wind chill's only in the teens. At the fourth quarter, it's about 27, but the wind chill then will be near about 12. The wind is just starting to gust, but it's going to continue to gust through the day. The next big issue is just the refreeze. These temperatures are dropping into the 20s this afternoon, into the teens tonight. And so you got to clear off the cars and the sidewalks really early if you can. The wind chills will be in the single digits tomorrow morning. Pick the warmest thing you own for today and tomorrow. So 31 was an early high today. Temperatures dropping through the day for Hanukkah. It's just going to feel like the teens tomorrow morning, feeling like the single digits, 29 with a snow shower through the afternoon or evening north of the city. Partly sunny and cold on Tuesday, 34. Wednesday feeling a little better, 42, but lots of clouds. Thursday, 46, but tracking some rain at night. Friday, after some morning clouds, it's turning sunny and 46. Saturday, back down to about 40 degrees with more clouds than sun. So today, the winds are going to make wind chill an issue. And even if right now the roads aren't bad in some spots, as the temperatures drop, I think that could be an issue. So just kind of be careful of that. It was hard to treat overnight because it was raining.
Yeah.
And so when we were driving in, it was a little dicey.
Okay. Well, be careful out there. You've given people good advice. We'll be right back. Now let's get one last look at your AccuWeather big day.
Yes, let's look at these little puppies enjoying the snow. They're enjoying it. Rocco, Coco, and Jojo out there in Gloucester County, where you had a significant amount. It's still snowing in Gloucester County, but it's basically shut off in the Lehigh Valley and in the city now. Just some flurries out there in Berks County. You see that snow already pushing towards the coastline. You'll be wrapped up in New Jersey but in another hour. Today's wind chills, though, right now it feels like it's around 21 degrees. Tam, at 4 o'clock it feels like 12. Whew. So clear everything right now before it all freezes up.
Henry's going to have to walk himself this afternoon. He's got a full fur coat. Next is ABC's This Week, followed by Insight Story, then Action News. We'll be back at noon. Now for Karen, Peyton Domsky, and the entire Action News team, I'm Tamala Edwards. Take it slow and be safe out there on this Sunday.
Move closer to your world, my friend, and you'll see.
Action News, Philadelphia's leading news program.
Technically, winter arrives in a week, but the look of winter is here already. Our cameras are capturing it all. The snow that swept across the tri-state area is now pushing off the Jersey Shore. For Philadelphia and many other places, this was the first measurable snowfall of the season. The snow adding a new layer of drama to today's Eagles game. Get ready for the second punch come tomorrow morning. We'll have even colder air and harsher winds. Good afternoon out there. It is noon on this Sunday, December 14th. I'm Tamala Edwards, along with my friend Karen Rogers, who's been busy all morning long, not only tracking today, but what is coming.
That's right, because the snow is shutting off. So we're talking totals and we're talking what happens behind this. It's an Arctic front that caused it. Now we're going to feel the Arctic air, and they're out there, they're skating, they're having a good time, though, as we look live right now at Sky 6 at the ice rink. And you see people out there enjoying themselves, and you can see how it's snow covered down there in Penn's Landing. Let's look at some snowfall totals so far. I'm going to be showing you different numbers all through the next hour, but here's a taste of it. In Doylestown, you had over 7 inches of snow, 7.3 inches of snow. So the storm did over-improve here in some spots. In Broomall, overachieved 5 inches. Fox Chase, 5 inches. In West Callan Township, 7.5. In Trenton, New Jersey, 6.8. In Hockessin, Delaware, 6 inches of snow. That's a lot of cleanup to do, and you have to get out right now and do it because temperatures are falling as we look at Sky 6, even down the shore. They're trying to shovel that snow and plow it out of the way that was on the boardwalk as people are out and about and walking around, and it's just tapering off right now. 30 degrees the current temperature at the shore, that ocean temperature 42. Storm Tracker 6 showing the last of the flakes kind of pushing offshore right now. We see them in Surf City. That's the last of the steady snow. We did have a couple of flurries here or there behind that steady snow out there, so maybe not 100% dry through the region, but you're basically dry. The steady snow is done. 27 degrees the temperature in Allentown, 29 in the city. During much of the time it was snowing, it was in the low 30s, even 34 through much of the snowfall. 29 right now in Millville. The temperatures are falling. The winds are starting to pick up. So it feels like it's around 16 to 18 degrees right now. And then in a few hours at 4 o'clock, feeling like 12. You may be dry, but it is cold. At 6 o'clock, feeling like 9 degrees. That morning bus stop, Tam. These similar numbers, feeling like the single digits tomorrow. We'll talk more about the snow, show you some more snowfall totals throughout the region coming up.
For once, there will be no arguments about shorts on the way to the bus stop. As Karen told us, people across the tri-state already woke up to inches of snow outside their doorsteps. It made for a festive scene in Center City. The holiday tree was shining bright in front of Philadelphia City Hall as the snow came down. It is a winter wonderland as well down the shore. Our Sky 6 at theshore.com camera was rolling as flakes continued to fall around 9 this morning. The pathway onto the beach in Ocean City flipped from sand to snow. This is a hot spot for brunch and coffee, so cleanup is already underway right now in Manioc. Main Street was blanketed with 8 inches of fluffy snow. The snow blowers and shovels are out as business owners and residents work to clear off those sidewalks. And here's a look at the conditions around 9:30 this morning in Abington, Montgomery County. Mobile 6 had to take it slow over slippery roads that had not been plowed yet. Video shows just how deep that snow was packed on top of the road. And here was the scene in Phoenixville this morning. People were spotted clearing off their cars and working together to dig out the sidewalks and the driveways. And let's go to Delaware. The action cam stopped by Del Castle Park in Wilmington, where big flakes were still falling fast this morning. The winter conditions didn't stop this person from being committed. They were getting out there and getting that workout. Some roads are still slippery as crews continue to make the rounds. Action News reporter Catherine Scott was in Pennsauken, New Jersey, with more on what drivers need to know before they head out.
Exactly how bad the roads are depends on where specifically you are, but certainly keep your speeds down if you have to get out on the roads while the plows continue to clear.
All we know, we're going to go slow. That's all. We're just going to go slow.
But first, they had to clear their car of the snow that accumulated overnight in Pennsauken. People went to bed last night with no snow or maybe some flurries, and they woke up to a blanket of white outside.
I think it's beautiful. It's amazing. We haven't had like a white Christmas in a minute, so I'm very grateful that it started snowing sooner.
Here's a look at the roads in Cinnaminson early this morning as the flakes continued to fall. While a lot of us were sleeping, the plows were hard at work making the rounds.
It's just heavy, wet stuff, so it's just a nuisance, you know. Still a little slippery, you gotta watch it, drive slow. You'll be all right.
So far, it's not too bad. We're taking our time. It's slow, so it's all right.
Visibility was especially poor before the sun came up with the snow and the darkness. It was hard to see the lines on the roads. Still, much of the scenery was beautiful, and for some, evoked feelings of a cozy winter day.
I'm actually pretty excited.
No, yeah, we actually are really excited. We haven't seen snow in December for we don't know how long, honestly.
Well, certainly not everybody shares their enthusiasm, especially as it gets later and the temperatures plunge. In Pennsauken, Catherine Scott, Channel 6 Action News.
There are some troubles attached to all of this. Delays and cancellations are piling up at Philadelphia International, and they have been for a while. According to FlightAware, at least 314 flights have been delayed. Another 27 have been canceled altogether. Call 1-800-PHL-GATE to check on the status of your flights, or call ahead, check online. You can do both options. And if you're heading out the door, AAA has some advice. Take it slow. Increase your following distance to being sure there's about 5 or 6 seconds, maybe a car length or two between you and the other car. This increased margin of safety will provide the longer distance needed if you have to stop. Use the ball of your foot to apply firm, steady pressure on the brake pedal, and don't stop. If you can avoid it, go low and slow. Tens of thousands of fans have ventured into the snow to root on the Eagles, who will host the Raiders today at 1 p.m. The Eagles' play, though, has been as cold as today's snow. Action News sports reporter Jason Dumas has more on the game in 2 minutes. But first, we're going to check in with Elizabeth Worthington, who is out there with some hardy tailgaters. They may have been off to a slower start, but it looks like the crowds have built up.
Yeah, good morning, Tam. So things did get off to a slow start. It was pretty light crowds here this morning, but now it's starting to feel like a game day. This is Eagles fans we're talking about, so they're still going strong. Even in the cold, even coming off of 3 straight losses, you might expect morale to be low, but nope. Spirits are high.
Then one foggy Christmas Eve.
For Birds fans, a snowy tailgate in the height of the holiday season means festive attire, some jolly chants, and a tree filled with Christmas spirits.
The game before Christmas is always our Christmas party. We bring a tree, we hang airplane bottles, as many as we can. Today we have over 140 airplane bottles on the tree.
The weather weakened the typical tailgate crowd. There weren't nearly as many early birds as usual.
Yes, definitely the quietest. I was surprised we didn't have to see that many cars here.
I'm surprised, but again, the Eagles haven't played too good the last 3 weeks, so I think that's part of it, and of course the weather.
Frank Zuber was the first one in line at the lot across from the ballpark. He arrived at 4:30 this morning.
Roads weren't too bad, but we took our time and we got here and we were first in line. That was awesome.
Yeah, I know normally leave around 5. I didn't leave till 6:45 this morning from Lansdale because it was a little, they said it was a little treacherous, but I didn't have any problems getting down. I came right down.
The lots opened about an hour later than usual as crews plowed. Some of the sidewalks weren't shoveled until almost 11. The snow was a shock to the system for Mac Fabrico, a South Jersey native who now lives in Florida but flew in for the game.
So we drove on the highway to get here very slowly, but the plows were out and stuff, so we were fine.
Yeah, and if you're bundled up, it's actually a beautiful day. The sun is shining, the snow has tapered off, and it's really a nice day out. So if you are still thinking about coming down to tailgate, you still have some time to get some tailgating in. Game time is 1 o'clock. In South Philadelphia, Elizabeth Worthington, Channel 6 Action News. Tim.
All right, thank you. Have a great time down there. Go Eagles! Turning back to the snow, this is the scene for Mobile 6 at 13th and Passyunk Avenue in South Philadelphia. Beautiful scene in the overnight hours. As it goes in the city, it's going to take the streets crews a little bit longer to be able to get through all of these tight and winding streets. So give them a little time and a little space, and then just enjoy how beautiful Philadelphia looks in the snow. Let's go on over to Karen Rogers, who's got the latest.
Yeah,
Good morning.
and I have to say, even though the significant amount of snow, as I've been scanning roads through lots of cameras, for the most part, they're looking like they're in good shape. The trouble is the temperatures are below freezing, and they don't get above freezing again until Tuesday afternoon. So there's really good reason to kind of get outside right now and clear everything out. Let's break it down region by region. I have a lot of numbers to throw at you, but it's kind of fun to see what your neighbors got. Northwest Pennsylvania here. Bethlehem, 6 inches. Center Valley, 7. Allentown, 5.6. Sinking Spring, 3.1, a little less in Berks. In Hilltown Township in Bucks County, 7.8. And Langhorne, 6 inches of snow. How about for folks a little closer to the city of Fox Chase, 5 inches, Norristown 7.2, East Atmill 8.8. That was the winner in the higher elevations there. And East Coventry 6.5, and Chadds Ford 5 inches, and in Aston, Delaware County 6 inches of snow. We didn't forget New Jersey and Delaware, Mount Laurel 7, Cherry Hill 6 inches, Washington Township in Gloucester County 5.5, Hamilton 4, Ventnor 2.5. That number might come up a little bit because it was still snowing at last report there. In Bear, Delaware, 6.8 inches of snow. We had a significant amount of snow, and I wanted to show you this picture from Saratoga because you can kind of get the picture of how heavy the snow is on the trees, and this is all freezing up. It was a wet snow, but now temperatures have dropped and they stay below freezing. So if you can kind of shake the tree, I sent my husband out to do that. He loves this job because I'm worried about the trees coming down. Temperature now 27 in Allentown, 30 in the city, and 29 in Millville. When it was snowing, it was 34 in Philadelphia for much of the overnight into early morning hours. It was that wet snow, and now it's even colder. The snow is offshore now. You see the last snowflakes kind of pushing off the coast now. We do have a couple of flurries, a little snow shower that has popped up just with these strong winds in East Nottingham Township. You have a little band of some flurries coming down. You had a few in Concord Township, and now they're in Pittsgrove. So just watch for that. And also a little bit of blowing snow. It's a little heavy to be blowing around, but you do have some blowing snow because the winds are picking up. Wind chill's an issue. 10 degrees is what it feels like in Allentown. 20 in the city, feels like 19 in Millville. So as you're heading out for the rest of the afternoon, you're dry other than those stray flurries coming through here or there. 1 o'clock, it's 29. At 7 o'clock, it's 22 degrees. 1 o'clock in the morning, it's 20. In the overnight hours, we drop to the teens. So today at the link, 1 o'clock, it's 29, but wind chill's in the teens. Fourth quarter, the wind chill could be about 12 degrees. Very cold. So here's your exclusive AccuWeather. 7-day temperatures are dropping through the afternoon into the 20s. Bundle up for Hanukkah, bundle up for the Eagles game. Tomorrow morning bus stop, wind chill single digits. You're dry with some sunshine, then the clouds come back, and then maybe a snow shower north of the city. It's pretty light, but late afternoon, evening, a lone snow shower. Tuesday, partly sunny, but still cold, 34. 42 on Wednesday, breezy, not quite as bad. 46 on Thursday, tracking some rain at night. Next storm rain even at night. The overnight hours are well into the 40s. Friday turning sunny and windy after some morning clouds and 46. And Saturday about 40 degrees with a mix mix of clouds and some sunshine. So, Tam, we got work to do. Hopefully people at home are doing it because you had a shocked look on your face. Yeah, we got to clean things up, spread out the salt. You have no intention of doing any of these things, do you?
There are 3 people at my address who can do that.
I'm concerned about the trees, Tam.
Yeah, that's true. We do have to think about that. Some dogs love getting out in the snow. What dog doesn't? This is Neville, a one-eyed Shih Tzu frolicking in the flakes in Ridley Township, Delaware County. He was rescued and is clearly enjoying his new forever home.
Pups that are in the snow. On my Facebook pages and Instagram and Twitter, this is Rocky, Coco, and Jojo having a good time there in Gloucester County. Look at this little fur ball. It's hard to see in there, but that's Oliver in Marlton, kind of covered in snow. As we look at Storm Tracker, the steady snow is gone. We can see a couple of flurries here or there. Quick little light snow shower that moved in behind it, but no big deal. Tomorrow morning's bus stop, though, head to toe. Of course, we're in Eagles gear, but head to toe. Look at this. At 6 o'clock, it may feel as low as 5 degrees. At 9 o'clock, feeling like around 9. We'll have sun to start, clouds to finish, Tam, but it's cold and getting colder.
Good afternoon. It's 12:30. Sky 6 taking a live look out around our snowy landscape out there, and you're seeing the view from so many different vantage points down the parkway, the overview, the Walt Whitman Bridge, people trying to get down to the game. Not technically, we're not in winter yet, but whatever. Look outside. I think we're already there. The air is frigid. Conditions are messy, but crews are out. They've been out since early this morning doing everything they can to clear your way, smooth out the snarls. But if you can, stay home. Enjoy some more Action News. Look out the window. Maybe a hot cocoa. Let's go over to Karen Rogers, who you had us at hot cocoa.
I was just about to say hot cocoa. I love hot cocoa. Well, let's take a look at what you can expect. As you were just talking about the roads, I just wanted to pop one up. So that's what I was doing here, looking at 42 freeway, and you can see they did a great job really clearing this. People moving along okay, but you just have to watch if anything is wet out there. Obviously, it's slick because those temperatures have really dropped. We're seeing some sunshine come in through the clouds now. It's dry through the region, so if you have to get out, you can. However, a good idea to give people some space and let the crews get out there and continue to salt, because those temperatures don't go above freezing now until Tuesday afternoon. Let's look at some of the numbers we got. In Doylestown, 7.3 inches, Broomall, 5 inches, Fox Chase, 5, West Callan Township, 7.5 inches of snow. These numbers overperformed with the system, even though those temperatures were so marginal. It was snowing in the city, and it was around 34 degrees much of the night. Trenton, 6.8, in Hocassin, Delaware, 6 inches of snow. So we had a significant amount of snow, even along the Jersey Shore. Look at the flag. Really whipping in that wind. They've been out there trying to clear the boardwalk. People are on it, but yeah, you can see lots of snow there. That's going to just harden up, because even at the Jersey Shore, those temperatures dropping. What are they right now? They're sitting at about 30 degrees right now, but will continue to drop, and the wind's picking up. So the steady snow is out of here. We do have a couple of flurries that kind of came in behind this, but the steady snow is out of here. The temperatures are dropping. You're in the 20s in the Lehigh Valley, 30 in the city, even in the 20s in South Jersey right now, and that wind is just really starting to gust now. 36, 35 mile an hour wind gusts. So dry the rest of the day, but falling temperatures. Tam, look at these wind chills. 4 o'clock feeling like it's around 12 degrees. So make sure you bundle up well for that game or Hanukkah, whatever you're doing, because tonight it gets even colder.
2 coats tomorrow morning.
2 coats. All right.
This was what drivers in Hatboro, Montgomery County faced as the snow came down pretty heavy overnight. The drive from York Road up into Abington in that area was dangerous because of all those hills. That's the sound you'll hear over and over again. Snow shovels out there scraping against the pavement. It's the soundtrack of the day. People got out late this morning to clear up the sidewalks. We talked to Christopher Toomey.
Although it's a little dangerous because now you've got a sticky snow. It's Christmas time and there's an Eagles game.
Yeah.
That's a dangerous recipe.
All right, a lot of people will be racing around to get back to watch the game. Don't go if you need to race. You need to give yourself some time. All that snow, though, is no match for our Birds. The team takes on the Raiders in about half an hour this afternoon at the Link, and fans have spent hours out there huddled up, braving the cold, because it's important to tailgate ahead of the game. Action News reporter Elizabeth Worthington has been having a ball out there. She's live at the sports complex in South Philadelphia, where the excitement is keeping everybody warm. Is it the excitement or is it the beverages?
I don't know, Tam. I think it might be a combination of both, but it really looks like a winter wonderland in South Philly. And you mentioned adult beverages. Check out this Christmas tree. How's this for some holiday spirit? We got some Christmas ornaments adorning this beautiful tree. Things got off to a bit of a slow start this morning. There was not a lot of people here when we got here at 9, 10 o'clock, but then it's Eagles fans we're talking about. People showed up and the tailgates were going strong. 30 minutes to game time, though, so people are heading into the stadium. But we did talk to some people who showed up here at 4:30 this morning. They couldn't even get into the lots yet because there was still snow on the ground, so the crews had to plow the lots. They opened about an hour later than usual. We saw some people shoveling the sidewalks a little bit later in the morning. But we talked to people who said, you know, even with the forecast, they were never going to let this weather keep them away from the tailgate.
Yeah, I normally leave around 5. I didn't leave till 6:45 this morning from Lansdale because it was a little, they said it was a little treacherous, but I didn't have any problems getting down. I came right down.
And now the snow has tapered off. The sun is shining. It's actually turned out to be a pretty nice day. Like I said, 30 minutes to game time, so people are heading into the stadium. Let's send this crew in with a good Eagles chant. Ready? E-A-G-L-E-S, All right, we'll send it back to you, Tam. We're live in South Philly. Elizabeth Worthington, Channel 6 Action News.
How can you not win with all that spirit? Thank you. Whenever snow arrives, keep track of the conditions by downloading the 6ABC app. There you'll find the latest snow total maps and any alerts from our teams of meteorologists. And the snow made for a festive scene in Downingtown, Chester County. Dawn Bovard sent in this video of her holiday lights glimmering as the flakes fell. You can share your photos and videos with us by heading to 6abc.com/share. Let's go on over to Karen Rogers. I do love the way people send in pictures. It tends to be dogs and kids who just love it. Yeah.
And in Downingtown, you just showed those shots there. They got 7 inches of snow, Tam. Yeah, 7 inches. Let's look at some of these numbers. I'll take you region by region. Just to our northwest in Bethlehem, 6 inches. Center Valley, 7 inches. Allentown, 5.6. Sinking Springs, you had a little less in Berks County, 3.1. And Hilltown Township, Bucks County, 7.8. And Langhorne, 6 inches of snow. How about closer to the city? Fox Chase 5. I think I saw an update at 5.5. Norristown 7.2. East Nantville 8.8. In the higher elevations, it really got slammed. East Coventry 6.5. Chadds Ford 5 inches of snow. In Aston, Delaware County 6 inches of snow. In New Jersey and Delaware, Mount Laurel 7 inches. Cherry Hill 6 inches. Washington Township, Gloucester County 5.5. Hamilton 4 inches. And Ventnor 2.5. And in Bear, Delaware 6.8 inches of snow. Some of these will be updated, I think, especially in Ventnor. They may have gotten a little bit more since that last update I received from the National Weather Service, but those numbers were impressive. They outperformed even what we thought it would be with this, especially with the temperatures that were so marginal. But it was a heavy, wet snow. Much of the snow coming down in Philadelphia during much of the night into the early morning, it was still 34 degrees at the surface and a heavy wet snow. This is a look at Sanatoga, and someone sent me this picture, and you can just see how heavy it is on the trees and the branches. All of this is going to freeze like solid ice later today and tonight, so you just need to be careful about that. That's going to be an issue for you. These temperatures are dropping, so 27 in Allentown right now, 30 in the city, 29 in Millville. Even at the shore, you're a little below average. Where that snow is now off the coast, so we're done. We do have a couple of flurries that move through, so you're seeing a few flurries that have skirted here from West Goshen, south and west of the city, a few in Pittsgrove. Not a big deal, but just not 100% dry through the region. A spare flurry. Satellite and radar show how we're getting some nice breaks in the clouds, getting some sunshine, which is helping the feel. But still, the wind chill is 17 right now in Philadelphia. It's not pretty. So as you're getting ready for the day ahead, those temperatures continue to drop. We haven't plummeted out just yet. 5 o'clock, it's 25. At 9 o'clock at night, it's 21 degrees. We're dry the rest of the night. For the Eagles game at 1 o'clock, it's 29. At the fourth quarter, it's 27. But it'll feel like about 12 degrees at the fourth quarter. Here's what you can expect. Your exclusive AccuWeather 7-day for Hanukkah tonight. You want to bundle up because we have wind chills that'll be really pushing it into the single digits late tonight into tomorrow morning. Single digit wind chills. Then in the afternoon, 29 for your high with a snow shower in the afternoon or evening north of the city. Not a big deal, but a passing snow shower possible. Tuesday, partly sunny and cold, 34. At least you get the sunshine back. Wednesday, lots of clouds and breezy, 42. Thursday, rain at night, 46 degrees into Friday morning. Then turning getting sunny and windy behind that on Friday. Saturday, we're looking at 40 degrees, Tam. So it's cold and getting colder. I just posted a lot of updated snowfall totals on TikTok and Instagram and posting it on Facebook so you can kind of see what your neighborhood is if you kind of missed what we were talking about there, Tam. But we got a lot of snow, and now it's time to clean things up around here.
And it's just early December. We still got to make it through like late March. We'll see where we are with those totals.
We're seeing temperatures trending a little milder over the next couple weeks, though.
All right. It made me think about Santa. It's okay. So you said it would finally move out.
Yep.
We've gotten to that point, but we got to be ready for what comes next.
That's right. The cold air, it's draining in here. Storm Tracker 6 showing at least that steady snow is now well offshore. We do have a couple of flurries southwest of the city and a few in Dover. A little light snow shower there, just with the winds, a few flurries coming through. We'll have to watch for a little bit of blowing snow. It's so heavy, though. I don't think that'll happen a lot. But look at these wind chills, Tam. At 2 o'clock feels like 14. 6 o'clock tonight feels like 9. So when you wake up tomorrow morning, hit the snooze 10 times and then bundle up.
Once you see me go in my house, I'm not coming out. ESPNW's Women's Basketball Invitational is next on Channel 6. Action News will continue for you at 6 this evening. Now for Karen Rogers, Peyton Domsky, Caroline Goggin, and the entire Action News team, I'm Tamala Edwards. Enjoy your Sunday.
Bye-bye.